For this question, they said the function of f and g are defined as function of logarithm function and modular function. So find the inverse function of g if the domain is x more than 1. Alright, so since we have a modular functions here, we can express it in piecewise. So because you want, originally if we have modulus function, their shape will be in V shape. It can't be inverse. Okay, that will be our basic concept. When you have modulus function, when you have quadratic function, they're not one-to-one. The whole function there is not one-to-one if you're taking overall function. But this question is asking you to find inverse function, means they are some part of that is one-to-one. So therefore they said when domain is more than 1. Alright, so when you're taking the whole function, of course this one cannot be inverse. But they already said domain x more than 1. Maybe they just take one part of it so that it can inverse. Alright, so we need to see which part of the function that is taking. So for our modulus, we can define it in piecewise. It can be positive when this more than equals 0. It can be negative when this less than 0. So we have to identify which part of the function that is one-to-one that can be inverse. Okay, so we simplify this. So what's the domain of this? Negative x more than negative 1. When we divide negative, don't forget we have to change sign. So this is for x less than equal negative 1. So for this one, negative 1 plus x, when this one is 1 minus x less than 0, when we move it and divide by negative c. Alright, so we define that the function, we are going to take this part only to be one-to-one and finding out its inverse. So we complete the whole function. This is just one part of the modulus. Our whole function is gx. So our gx is modulus plus 2. So in conclusion, modulus function plus 2. Modulus function plus 2. So this is our gx incomplete. Simplify this, we can notice that this is 3 minus x. This is x less than negative 1. This is x plus 1. Then only we can start finding our G inverse, where it defines that only for domain more than 1. So only for this part from our piecewise function. Alright, so finding G inverse. We're using composite method, where G inverse equals to x. Then we select which part of the function that we need to inverse, which is the function in the domain more than 1. So which is x plus 1. So substitute our G inverse in the position of the x. Here we give G inverse x plus 1 equals to x. So therefore, G inverse x equals to x minus 1. So it doesn't need to do another side, this one only. Just one side only. Because we follow the question 6 here. Only for domain more than 1, we find its inverse.